What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. So I'm on Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., his official Instagram account, and I gotta talk about it. So I follow him, he follows me on Instagram, and I seen a picture of him, and I was like, okay, it looks like he's in cool shape. He looks big. I don't know what weight class he's trying to fight. They said that a potential fight is a late August fight somewhere in the California venue versus J. Leon Love. I did that as an Ego Rumor Mill video, but nothing has been officially announced from TMT or from Al Heyman or PBC. So I don't know. I don't know if it's going on. But now Freddie Roach is revealing that Julio Cesar Chavez has vanished and he's no longer in the wildcard gym actively. So he posted this. So I'm thinking like, oh, this is good. This is good news. He's trying to get back in shape. He was scheduled to fight Badou Jack, WBC champion at 168 pounds super middleweight, and he hurt his ankle or his foot, and that fight was called off. And then the talk, instead of rescheduling that fight, it looks like Badou Jack is probably going to fight James DeGale, another fight that's still in the rumor stage, is not official. And they said a potential fight is J. Leon Love, and I actually like that fight. I actually like that fight better than Badou Jack. I think Badou Jack is more fundamentally sound than J. Leon Love. So it would be more of an even match for Chavez Jr., who carries a lot of size, has some power, some inside fighting, things of that sort. And I was happy for Chavez that he was trying to get his stuff together, it appeared. But then with Freddie Roach saying that he's bailed and he's no longer training, he wanted to train at home. It's just, I don't know, man. I'm kind of giving up. I have the utmost respect and admiration for his dad, Julio Cesar Chavez, who just celebrated his birthday. I mean, pure legend. And right now, Showtime, they're celebrating the Chavez legacy. And make sure you guys follow Showtime Boxing on Instagram. But they're showing clips and graphics and stuff of the legend himself. It's just hard to get behind Julio Cesar Chavez. And again, I have so much respect for his father, for his pops, that I genuinely wanted to see him do well. But it's like enough is enough. Like, when is he going to get the picture? When is he going to learn? And it's always some extra stuff with Chavez. And it's getting crazy. It's like, why are you leaving Freddie Roach? I don't like that type of, I tell you guys, I'm so consistent. Fighters like Chad Dawson, Victor Ortiz, Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., when I start seeing these patterns, like Chad Dawson is another person who rampantly and frequently would switch trainers. He was with Floyd Mayweather Sr. training him, and it looked like a good pairing, and then all of a sudden he leaves him and then goes to a next guy. That's what Chavez Jr. did. He left Freddie Roach, and then he started training with somebody else. Then he started training with somebody else. Then he went to Oxnard, trained with Robert Garcia, had one fight. Then he went back to Freddie. That's erratic, you know what I mean? Most partnerships aren't like that. And the fact that Julio Cesar Chavez is doing that, it just shows me that I don't know. I don't know where his determination is to be like his pops, to be an actual legend in the game. You know what I mean? And that's kind of comes with the territory, possibly, as a fighter. You have to love this sport to want to continue fighting the sport. He did a lot for his family, and he came from nothing. He came from Mexico, came from the bottom, started from the bottom, you know what I mean? And he made an empire. He made a legacy. He made money. His family was well off. But Chavez, since he was born junior, he's been born into money. So maybe that's why the lack of discipline, the excessive weight gaining and stuff like that is not there. I just don't see the pure dedication. And then with Freddie Roach now saying that Chavez Jr. just bailed out, and he's basically like, there's only so much I can do. I mean, it is what it is. Man, you have to want to be a legend. You have to want to continue fighting. This is not by any means an easy sport. Like, look at this old picture of Chavez. Look how small he was compared to what he is now. I mean, I guess he's saying it's 10 years ago, but still, I mean, now he's just big. You look at him, you're like, what the hell? Like, it's crazy. So, I mean, it's only so long I could support this. And he's right next to, I think they were at a Lakers game. He's next to TBE, Floyd Mayweather Jr. You can learn a lot from this man, whether you like to admit it or not, about work ethic. You can say whatever you want. Oh, he beat his wife. You can say all that. But one thing nobody has ever complained about that knows Floyd or who's in his circle is this man's work ethic, his dedication to reach the top, to reach the pinnacle and stay there. You know what I mean? His work ethic is uncanny. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I've seen tapes and I've heard stories about him training when he doesn't even have a fight, 3, 4, 5 hours or whatever, staying in shape year round. There's just different. There's a difference. You have to have that elite level mindset. Like I said, Andre Ward, I was at his gym, thanks to Virgil Hunter and Andre Ward for having me. Andre Ward was in shape 2 days after his fight was announced. And again, like I said, I seen Chavez and he was in shape. I'm like, cool, that's good for him. But him leaving Freddie Roach again or disappearing, it just reminds me of that HBO 24/7, the biggest fight of Chavez Jr., where he could have put a stamp on his heritage and his lineage, that name, the Julio Cesar Chavez name. He fought Sergio Maravilla Martinez, and he tested positive for marijuana. You watch the HBO 24/7, he's eating Lucky Charms and shit and pink chonies, and his dad is giving him advice like, this is how, bang, bang, like this is what you do. And when Sergio comes in and has his hands low, you hit him with bow. And he's trying to give him instruction. And Chavez Jr. is more concerned with, they're magically delicious, lad. You know what I mean? He's more concerned with eating cereal after waking up at 5 p.m. at night in his chonies, in his underwear. And then he just jumps in the pool. Like, you have no respect. You're like, you're taking this name and you're not doing it justice. So I don't like to see that. I remember at one point people were saying that it was basically Canelo and Julio Cesar Chavez Jr. They emerged in the boxing scene around the same time. They were coming up through the ranks around the same time, and there was an ongoing battle, especially with a lot of Hispanic fans, because, you know what I mean, you want to get behind the fight. It's just like Marco Antonio Barrera versus Eric Morales. People sometimes pick sides because, like, oh, if you're from Mexico City or you're from Tijuana, you're from certain regions, you want to get behind this guy or that guy. You know what I mean? And when Chavez Jr. and Canelo were emerging, it was that kind of battle between the fans where they were split, and fans were like, who's going to be better? And some people were like, oh, if they ever fought, Chavez Jr. would beat Canelo's ass, or Canelo would destroy him, or who would have the better career. And without a doubt, Canelo, I mean, at least he's working, at least he's consistent. He's kept Chepo and the Reynosos, and he's worked with them, and he showed loyalty to them. He's not like disappearing and they don't know. He's not like this loose cannon like Chavez Jr. He's never been stopped before, you know what I mean? So despite I don't agree with all of his decisions, I don't agree with some of his fight decisions, like the unanimous or whatever it was versus Erislandy Lara. I don't think he looked great in that fight, things like that. But I give it to him for at least being mentally stable, you know what I mean? So clearly to me, Canelo has more of a put together mind. He has a better head on his shoulders for this boxing, a better temperament, if you will, when it comes to boxing. Chavez Jr. is just all over the place. Like, he wants to live the life and to get the paychecks and stuff from boxing, and probably even the recognition, but he's just all over the place. So it's just a shame, because I don't know. I just know my dad and my relationship with my dad, and if I had an opportunity to follow in his footsteps and take on the name, especially if we had the exact same name, right? But we had the same last name, obviously. And if I had that opportunity, I would try my best, at least put my best foot forward. Maybe not to surpass what he's done, but at least to make him proud. Like, you look at Bruce Lee, pioneer. There's no way you can topple what Bruce Lee did for martial arts. You know what I mean? He's an icon, he's a legend, classic quotables. But Brandon Lee, he did his thing, you know what I mean? Like, he obviously didn't surpass what his dad did, but he held his own, you know what I mean? Brandon Lee, if you ever see Rapid Fire, that's my movie, Showdown in Little Tokyo. He was on Kung Fu, The Legend Continues, you know what I mean? He had a good little career before his premature death, you know what I mean? Things like that. And I think Chavez Jr. could have been a Brandon Lee, if you will, like, where he didn't surpass what his dad did, you know what I mean? He's not like more known than his dad or whatever the situation is, but he still had a good career on his own. He wasn't living in his dad's shadows. He still had flicks that you would want to check out on your own. That's just my 2 cents. Let me know what you guys think. Make sure you like the video, share the video. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe Till next video, it's Ego signing off. So if you enjoyed this video and want more content like this on the channel, you can show your appreciation by going to the PayPal donate button or the YouTube support button, and you can donate any amount that you feel is equivalent to the value of this video. Much more to come. Thank you guys for your support. Boxingego, the future of boxing.